not because he's a tough man. He's a tough man for the West, but he is a good man for the Iran. This is the message. And the
that's right. And the president of Iran is responsible to the people of Iran, not to the people of the West. It's very strange, the attitude of Al Jazeera, I must say. After all, there aren't any elections at all in the country that pays for them. There aren't any elections at all in any of the Arab countries in that region. In fact, other than Palestine, there aren't any free and fair elections in any Arab country at all. From Marrakesh to Bahrain, there are no free elections. So I'm not sure what Al Arabiya and Al Jazeera have really got much of a locus so far as commenting on the fairness of other people's elections, don't you think? But my characterization of this demonstration earlier in the show and in many other weeks, the characterization of the great majority of the demonstrators as being the privileged, English-speaking, well-educated, better-off residents of North Tehran is, I'm afraid, the truth. They were not joined by a general strike of workers in Iran. They were not joined by the millions from the poor areas of Tehran, let alone any other city. This, I think, buttresses my argument that Ahmadinejad won the election because he has the allegiance of the vast majority of the poor and of the rural in Iran. He's not very popular in North Tehran, and they've all got access to Twitter. Let's take an email on the comment wall. This one is from Ali from Iran. Why is Iran blocking the media? When does your country ever block the media? Be honest with yourself. Well, I can't get on the media, so they do block the media. When was the last time you saw me on the mainstream media? When was the last time you saw me on Question Time? When was the last time you heard me on the radio on any questions? Alternative views are kept out of the British media. Now, I'm against blocking media. I'm in favor of 1,000 medias competing. That's why Press TV is so important. It's a voice for the voiceless, as you can read on the buses in London advertising the station. Now, the truth is, the Western countries supported the war on Iran in the 1980s, armed the invader of Iran in the 1980s, set up a Persian language station in January of this year for reasons which are not too difficult to discern. So why would Iran, why would the majority in Iran, why would the government of Iran be suspicious about the activities of Western countries? Go figure. Let's take another telephone call because these two are coming in thick and fast. Yes, hello caller, where are you calling from?
Hello, hi, this is Mariam. I'm calling from London.
You're welcome, go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Galloway. There are a few points I wanted to mention about the Iranian election.
Yeah.
If the Guardian Council, the Iranian government, is not afraid of any miscounting or mishandling the votes in larger scales, why the Guardian Council doesn't accept a recount of the votes, while Miss Angela Merkel has asked them? And while they did 10% of the votes, they recounted 10%, it proves that there have been some miscountings. And just these are the facts I'm just mentioning. In many cities, the number of the votes cast is more than the number of the people who could go and vote. Or Mr. Mohsen Rezai, who was from the same circle of the closer people to Mr. Khamenei. He comes from this village where 900 people have voted. More than 800 have voted for Mr. Ahmadinejad. While this is totally ridiculous, because Iranians are totally close to their family relations and they vote based on family and tribes and everything. This was the biggest vote rigging in the history of voting fraud. And if anybody calling from Tanzania and Nigeria and anywhere else calls that this has not been the case, why don't they go to Iran on a return ticket if they're there just to see what's happening there?
Well, thanks for your call. Let's deal with some of the facts, as you call them, that you put forward. First of all, the 10% of the votes that they recounted, they did so randomly, in the presence, or at least offered in the presence, of the representatives of all the candidates. These 10% of the votes were to be counted randomly to see if they tallied. Now, no country will agree to recount every single vote that's been cast in an election because the losers of the election asked them to. That's simply not credible. If we did that, in every country in the world, the elections would never finish. You see, losers of elections are always upset. I've lost elections myself, and believe me, it's painful. So I know the pain that the losers of the Iranian election are feeling. But the offer was there for 10% of the ballots to be counted, again, in the presence of the representatives. The Guardian Council is the organ in Iran whose duty is to oversee elections. Now, we can't invent a new one. We can't allow the opposition to be the arbiter of what happens in the election. We can only go by the official organs of the state, and that's what they have said. However, the Supreme Leader, Khamenei, has said that the period of consultation and checking will be extended by 5 days, and that is underway now. I really caution the people who say that this is a ballot which was rigged. With respect, Mariam, in London, you have no way of knowing whether or not this election was rigged or not. You have no way of knowing who voted for which candidate in which town or city. And your characterization of the Iranian people as people who vote according to families, and you even said according to tribes, does not accord with my understanding of the highly sophisticated, well-civilized, highly developed electorate in Iran, where every person has at least one political point of view. But thanks for your call in any case. Take another call. Yes, caller, where are you calling from? Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello, George. My name is Mohsen. I'm calling from Chester in England.
You're welcome.
I'll be honest with you. I'm in aid of Mr. Ahmadinejad because what I saw proved to me this man is a very honorable man. Because on the debate he had with Mr. Mousavi, he looked at him in the eyes and he told him, you are corrupt. When you was the Prime Minister of Iran, you abuse your power by doing that, getting your wife a degree, getting your wife a job. As far as I'm concerned, Mr. Mousavi didn't take that very well, and now he used this debate of the I have not been, the vote being racked, etc., etc., as his personal argue against Ahmadinejad. Personally myself, I wish to see Mr. Ahmadinejad in power, and I will promise you, in Iran, going to be so successful, because only thing hold my country back is a corruption.
Well, what he said about Mir Mousavi's wife was untrue, and he was rebuked for saying it by the Supreme Leader. So we shouldn't be praying that one in aid. But you're right. One of the reasons why certain people, including certain very prominent people, are so strongly for the overthrow of Ahmadinejad is that he has begun to threaten and crack down on their personal corruption.